After creating the perfect morning and night routine, I realized my afternoons were feeling a bit empty, so I asked the EPT chat, creating the perfect afternoon routine. I followed every step, and honestly, this has been the best one so far for us to have the perfect afternoon routine. With Yara, she told us that by 12:30 we should be having lunch, but there's a difference in today's lunch because it's going to be a light lunch. Man, that's kind of tough for me, okay? This here's a normal plate. I like to eat a little more sometimes, not too much. Seriously, I'm not joking, man, you know? I like to have a variety of foods at lunch, but it depends on the day if I'm really hungry or not. But I've always been a guy who ate a lot. Man, and well, that gives me some problems. Like, for example, I end up, I don't know, going to the bathroom about 3 times a day, or even my stomach sticking out. Yeah, that's not a lie, okay? When I was a kid, like when I was a baby, one day I just went to the bathroom. I pushed so hard that part of my stomach actually came out. Thank God my grandma was there. She gave it a little golf swing and it went back in. The craziest part is this story is actually true, guys. Because light meals help avoid the post-meal drowsiness peak. Yeah, guys, I'm fancy. Actually, it was Yaya who explained that to me, right? That's because it reduces the amount of blood diverted to the intestines for digestion, so it keeps the brain oxygenated and you stay alert. Now, speaking for the dummies, basically, when we eat a lot, the body has to send a lot of blood there, man. That's why when we eat a lot and lie down on the couch, it's 3 hours of sleep. Actually, the best hours of the day. It's Sunday, man. Seriously, guys, Sunday. You have that big lunch, you look at the couch and you say, you're going to be my partner for the next few hours. And you sleep, wake up at 5 in the afternoon, all sticky and sweaty. So when we eat less, we prevent the body from sending too much blood there. And then it keeps our body on alert and our brain active. I ordered lunch and I got a whole meal, man. Rice, beans, chicken, potatoes, zucchini, and pasta. How can I not eat a lot? I guess I'll have to use the small plate, unfortunately. All right, man, just with my grandma's rice here, usually I take about 5 spoonfuls. So since lunch is light, I'll just put 2. Yaya doesn't have a grandma, so she won't know what grandma's food is like. You should appreciate it while you can. Now, potatoes and 3 pieces of chicken so I don't overdo it. And here's my light lunch according to Yaya. Come on, Marco, stop lying. How is this light? I know for a lot of people this would be a lot, but you guys have no idea. Honestly, it's not much for me. Oh, how sad, man. Usually I microwave my plate for 4 or 5 minutes since there's a lot of food and it gets cold underneath, but this will heat up in just a minute. Look, man, the plate heated up in 1 minute. Okay, for God's sake, so here's my plate. I even added a little tomato salad, you know, so we can eat healthy. And there are some ways we can improve our lunch, other ways we can make it better too. One is not drinking anything, no liquids, not even soda, not even water, or for you who drink a lot, not even milk. That one, I really farmed aura with that one. And also not feeding our dopamine addiction, okay? Because I'm a guy who admits it, it's sad, but I'm addicted to dopamine. Every time I'm going to eat something, I'm watching something, TikTok, YouTube, television. So I've already messed up my neurons here. I've already messed up. And while I was eating this plate of exactly 2 grams, I remembered the comment from the last video. I give up on appearing on Menino Mars' channel. So shout out to Emmanuel. XXDG, calm down, man. You finally showed up. If you want to appear in the next video, just make the most creative comment related to this video. Here, I finished lunch. And the funny thing is, I think because I spend so much time eating a lot and always watching videos, I think I developed a method to eat really fast. Man, I finished this plate here in 4.5 minutes. Usually, it takes me about 30 minutes to eat lunch with around 20 minutes spent just on the food, sometimes more because it's a lot. And I just go with the flow, but this time I went on Podpa, and the next step for us to have the perfect afternoon is a walk in the nice sun. Basically, the light from the phone stimulates serotonin, which is the thing that makes us happy. So it ends up improving focus and energy throughout the day. And also, when we take a light walk after lunch, it activates the body without causing fatigue. This is a fact that many Brazilians don't do. I don't do it. Every time you have lunch, it's really good to take a walk, man. It really helps with digestion. It doesn't make you tired because the thing we need most is to be okay with the food. Move your body, just take a walk. You don't need to run 3 km, just 5 minutes. Also, I learned something about the name of the afternoon. Hold on a second. Let me talk to you here, and I want to share some information with you. Did you know that morning is matinal, night is nocturno, and what do you think afternoon is? Afternoon is simply Vespertino. So that title is different because imagine putting create the best Vespertine routine, Vespertine, matinal, no, matinal, I was an idiot. So here's the information for you, you need to learn this, okay? Calm down, boss, is Hugo Souza. Yeah, no, I'll even take it off here since it's bothering you. And besides knowing that Vespertino means afternoon, you also need to negotiate with Stockit. Basically, it's a trading platform and very basic. And support, my friend, is simply 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, buddy. The week has 7 days, so you got the message, right? So any problem you have, just contact support and it will definitely be solved. And for you to understand a little more, there's a demo account that basically before you start making your trades, you can trade with fake money. It's an account to help you learn how the market works without risking real money, so you can practice and understand that you can both win and lose. And to make your deposit, it's very simple. You just come here to deposit. Remember that you can deposit in several ways. There are many options here, and you can even deposit with crypto, okay? But now let's leave the demo account and go to the real account and make a trade. Then you add the amount you want here, and since the chart is going down a lot, I'm going to guess that it's going to go up, so arrow up. I made my first trade. Let's wait a minute to see if it's gonna go up or stay low. Well, this trade worked out. The chart really did go up. Remember, this isn't an investment recommendation and involves risk. The Stockit link is in the description and pinned comment. And if you use my promo code Marvin, you get a bonus on your first deposit. Now let's continue with our afternoon routine. And since I'm a fitness guy now, I can't just go out like this for a walk. Man, I'm wearing a white t-shirt. You can't see it, but I'm wearing green shorts. This is gonna be a problem, man. Me wearing green shorts. I'm going to end up running in my underwear. I'm going to run in my underwear. And Yaya said that the next step after we walk is to do a workout. So I'm going to be smart and walk straight to the gym. And since today is back and biceps and forearms, yes, boss, today is back day, and since we're going to walk and go straight to the gym, I have to bring some supplements, so I'm taking my bottle, a deodorant, because just a reminder, it's 1 in the afternoon now, so the sun is blazing. I'm wearing a long black shirt, so for sure I'm going to arrive at the gym kind of melting, but let's take a deodorant, also take our trusty headphones to work out. These headphones are the QCY T13. I'll leave the link there for anyone who wants it. I'm also taking my wallet, boss. What did you think? Of course I'm taking my wallet with my identification just in case, I don't know, a cop stops me, because with this outfit, I look like a real thug. I look like a real criminal. And the main thing that's gonna help me walk now, which I always use, bro, when I'm walking and working out, a watch. And obviously it's got the Corinthian symbol, okay? Basically, it's a smartwatch that shows the time. Guys, can you believe that? It's a watch I use for working out because it counts calories, tracks exercises. Also for walking, it shows how many kilometers I've done. Man, there are a lot of smart features here that I always use. It really helps me know what I'm doing. And well, the chat didn't say anything about coffee, so I'm gonna have to take my pre-workout. Okay, can I? I think the chat should have suggested coffee after lunch because this one isn't perfect. So I want to be wrong so we can wrap up and get into our old school mode. Keep playing, man. So I decided to turn on my watch to start counting how many kilometers I was going to walk. And when I went for a walk, I even forgot to put on my headphones. So I ended up listening to the sounds of nature. And it's funny because I bought a car a year ago and it had been a long time since I walked through the streets, but I realized that the neighborhood missed it. Since then, that fear of being stopped by the cops came back to my mind. Lucky for them, they didn't stop me because I had my Glock with me and could call my friends. I admit what he said about the sun is true. It's good, but man, it's brutal and burning everything. I'm not saying it's wrong, but walking in the sun is truly walking in the sun. I kept wondering, was it this hot when they discovered Brazil? Imagine if they left it covered. It would be way too hot. I've never been someone who walks much, but lately I've been getting back into cardio, and it's been great, man. I'm enjoying it because I'm seeing the sun. My mind is getting a good feeling, you know, like when Corinthians won, you remember last year? I feel like when I walk, my mind works better, you know, my mind runs better so I don't feel stuck or trapped. It feels like I'm taking action and then I start thinking more, I start having more ideas. It's a distance of almost 3 kilometers, right? 2.5 kilometers, 35 minutes walking, so yeah, it was quite a bit. I'm not sweating so much that it's dripping or melting, but I am sweating. But now, according to the EPT chat, the next step for us to have the perfect afternoon is training, basically doing a full workout. And this is the part I'm going to like the most. Because man, I work out every day, sometimes at night, sometimes in the morning, I don't know, but I think I'll take it a bit easier on the workout today. Since I did cardio before, I'm more tired now, but let's see. Dude, today is back and biceps. Upon arrival, I went straight to the locker, grabbed my gear, and did the cutest workout ever. After finishing the gym's water with my 2.2-liter bottle, I warmed up. There you go. For back workouts, after all, we have to use light weights and do the movement correctly. That was just the first rep. After that, I was sweating, lifting all I could, and using terrible form. And working out in the daylight like this is nice because usually in the morning there's a bit of sun, and later in the afternoon the sun is colorful and beautiful to look at. You know, like me working out, I admit I'm really tired. Man, I may not be as strong as usual, but I'm still better than you sitting on that couch all day. Has it been productive, man? Because usually at this time I would have lunch, and since I ate a lot, I'd get tired, lie down, and sleep. sleep. I should be sleeping right now, but hey, I've already finished my cardio and I'm crushing my workout. Man, is my shirt sweaty, dude. So I finished smashing my back, did a little work on my biceps, and thank God I had this watch, counting the sets. Because man, from the second set on, I already forget. Workout's done, gym's empty, I can train relaxed with no one around, just left here. I'm waiting for my Uber since I walked here. ChatGPT didn't say to walk back, so I'm getting a nice Uber instead. I finally got home and started thinking about my workout. I've wanted to change my routine since I've always been unsure whether to exercise in the morning, at night, or even in the afternoon, which I tried recently. I enjoy working out at 1 p.m. It makes for a productive afternoon. Of course, not everyone can, since some work outside all day and can't exercise. But if you can fit in an afternoon workout, I really recommend it, man. And after we did a workout to have the perfect afternoon with Yash, she told us to eat a post-workout pancake. Basically, protein and carbohydrates replenish glycogen, so they're going to stabilize my blood sugar and prevent me from having an energy crash in the middle of the afternoon. This workout is a great part of the afternoon, but without a good post-workout meal, I might feel tired and less motivated, making the afternoon less enjoyable. Man, after working out, I get here, lie down on the couch, watch reels, and for us to make this pancake, we're going to need 3 bananas. Please don't do that. Basically, 2 bananas go into the pancake batter, and this one is just for the topping. And like, the only thing about this pancake I make is that, man, it takes what? It takes about 20 minutes to make, you know, so it's not a quick thing, but haste is the enemy of perfection, right? So you put 2 bananas in here and mash them, you know, you mash until everything is smooth, you see, man. Wow, I've always wanted to say that, man, because those cooking shows always say mix everything until it's nice and smooth, man. I wonder if one day I go on MasterChef and they like my pancake, after mashing, it'll turn into this paste here. Look, you see, guys, this part isn't in the recipe, okay? I usually put the egg in the Tupperware, but not on the floor like this. After mashing the banana, add 2 eggs. Well, since I'm smart in the kitchen, I crack eggs with one hand. Done. Oh, Marcos doesn't know how to cook. Marcos doesn't know how to make pasta. All right, I really don't. But do you know how to crack an egg with one hand? Cracking an egg with one hand seems way more useful than making pasta. Now we're going to use flakes like this. Normally I like to use fine flakes, but right now we don't have any, so we're going with these big flakes. It's fine, no problem. Guys, we don't have any of that fussiness here, man, and I like to put a whole one of these in. I don't know how many grams it is. I like to add this so the dough gets really, you know, thick. And also when it's time to go to the bathroom, this here helps a lot. It's great. Then you add it, and for the finishing touch, cinnamon. Seriously, the pancake is on another level with real cinnamon. I really recommend it. I'm totally addicted. I didn't like it when I was a kid, especially in rice pudding. I would eat that rice pudding and there would be a piece of cinnamon stick in it. For God's sake, so I grew up hating cinnamon, but when I started adding it to pancakes, man, it turned out delicious. So basically that's how it is. There's the banana, the 2 eggs here, the oats, then we add a little bit of cinnamon like this. Cinnamon is good for your blood, guys, you know? I just made up this information right now, and you go ahead and look. Basically, you'll get a batter like this. See? Now, you're going to grab the one that does the magic, okay? This one does the magic. Take the olive oil and spray it here so the stuff doesn't stick. Now, we're going to take the 3rd banana, okay? Grab a knife and cut it into pieces, man, and throw it in here. This is what makes, man, the pancake. Oh my, you just keep cutting. It can be thin or thick, it's up to your preference. And basically it's gonna look like this. Man, you throw it in like this and then you come in with your batter, try to spread it all over, you know? And now that we've spread it well, just turn on the heat. Then you leave the heat on low and cover it. Usually I set a timer for 10 minutes. When 10 minutes are up, I flip it, leave it for 5 more minutes, and it's done. That's the specific timing with low heat and covered, and you'll have a perfect pancake, bro. Now it's time for the final result. Let's see. And to finish up, here's a tip I always use. You don't have to do this every time, you know, but I basically like it. I sprinkle a little cinnamon on top while it's still hot. It'll give the cinnamon a bit of a toasted flavor. It'll taste good, so that's how it turned out. As you can see, man, like, it's not the prettiest thing, but it's really good, man. With banana and cinnamon, it gets even better when you think that this is healthy, you know? And man, the smell that comes up here, seriously. I wanted to buy a cinnamon perfume. Maybe that's why I've been noticing cinnamon sticks. I think I'm figuring it out now. It's really good, man, with a sweet taste that makes you thirsty. I just saw it when I got to my room. Guys, it's raining, but not heavily. No need to close the window or worry about things getting soaked. Speaking of rain, guys, in Minas Gerais, it ended up raining a lot. A lot of houses got flooded. Many people lost a lot of things. And they're doing a fundraiser that I'll leave down below. It's a fundraiser for the people who need help there. Send something if you can. A real 5 rays, whatever you have, man, it already helps a lot. But it's raining, that kind of rain, you know, that nice rain, the kind of rain you watch Rain for a React, you know? know? And then like, man, eating this warm pancake, honestly, out of all the videos I've made about Cray, the perfect night and morning routine, I think this is the one I'm gonna stick to the most. This pancake is really good, honestly. Want a piece, make one zenosa. But anyway, I think it's a good one to watch, that's it. It's not better than watching Corinthians make a last-minute comeback in the game against Portuguesa and Hugo making 2 saves. I'm going to try to leave this take now. Now you guys feel what I'm feeling. I'm going to leave it unedited. No background music, just feel it. No way. My window is like the 8th wonder. Look at this view from my house. Cool, right? And according to Ya, she never told me to shower. I'm a little surprised because I would have already taken a shower. But she said that the next step for us to have the perfect afternoon is the main work block, which is basically the time we're going to work. When I ask Ya to create the best morning routine, it's for me. I speak to her. She knows that I work from home, that I set my own schedule, so obviously she creates this for me. But if you, I don't know, have a regular job, this isn't the perfect afternoon routine for you, right, man? Because otherwise you'll get fired in a few days. And Ya says that after working out, the brain enters an ideal state of performance. And she told us to keep our phones away at that time, so I'm going to take my phone and put it far away. Is it good here? Is it good here, yeah? I know I'm not someone who talks much about my work, because like YouTube ends up being one of my sources of income. My phone, it's funny to call it that, because source of income sounds like I'm rich, but I just make 200 rees here and there from different sources. It's funny, I think it's cool to say that because it sounds like I'm rich, but I'm still living at my mom's house, that's it. Now, I'm gonna talk about work, and I admit it, you know, because this perfect afternoon routine is really working for me. It's hardest for me to focus in the afternoon. I can only concentrate under pressure, like when I have to post a video at 6, but otherwise I struggle to get things done. I usually get a lot more work done in the morning and at night, but the afternoon is always kind of in between when I feel a bit sluggish, and I took advantage of that time to write some scripts. Editing some things is also really good because I have an editing pack with 30 gigabytes, which makes things a lot easier when I'm editing. I'll leave the link in the description for anyone who's interested. And it helps me make money faster. I've already eaten the pancake, wrote a script just now, and well, with the notebook. According to ChatIPT, it's time to work, so I'm going to work. I know you guys don't consider my work as real work, but I'm going to record a reel. And if you want to see this content, bro, me and Marvin on Instagram, wow, guys, he's like the king of marketing. I just recorded here, and yeah, guys, nowadays it's easy to make money. I'm not going to make anything with this video. That's the thing. Like, I'm going to work, I'm going to record reels, but with this video specifically, I'm not going to make anything. You know, money-wise, right? And as for fame, I'm not going to get anything either. And I kept editing, but guys, for God's sake, this guy just records, edits. At least there was Coringo to watch today, but they tied 1-1. So we're not going to get into too much detail. All right, and the next step for us to have the perfect afternoon routine is the mindful break at 5:20 in the afternoon. Basically, AI says that strategic breaks while you're working help reduce cortisol and mental fatigue. It's basically a 10-minute break. And the chat recommends that we do some stretching and hydrate during this time. That's because stretching improves blood circulation and brain oxygenation. In other words, if you support Palmeiras, it's not that easy to stop being dumb. And hydration is also very essential because even mild dehydration already greatly reduces attention and memory. So this time is important for us to take a break. Honestly, if it were up to me, I'd just keep editing here, but we have to follow what the chat is telling us. On a typical day, I just keep working. If I stop for 10 minutes, I feel like I'm wasting time. It's funny because I was never like that before. I've always worked for a long time. Even these days, I'm not exaggerating. It's literally, really literally. I worked for 24 hours. I sat in this chair at 10 a.m. on Saturday and got up from it at 10 a.m. on Sunday. I had a lot of work. I said, no, I'm going to pull an all-nighter, and I ended up getting caught up. So much work, more and more work kept coming, and I ended up working for 24 hours straight. Obviously, I rested afterwards, but like, I don't really have that feeling of, I'm going to stop for 10 minutes, man. I'm going to look at the sun, breathe, chill. Because for me, that would break my concentration. But now I'm saying it's going to improve my focus. So let's go. And since I'm not an idiot or anything, I'm going to make the most of this time. I'm going to stretch, hydrate, and take a shower. Marcos, 10 minutes, you take a shower. Do you want to use up all the water in the world? So, it's all good, really. I smell bad. I don't like this feeling. I know it's fine for you. I can go 3 days without showering. I know it's fine for you, but man, I don't like it. And Ya didn't exactly show us the stretches we have to do, but I'll do the ones I know. I'll do 15 hamstring stretches here. Oh, look at him doing stretches so quickly. He looks like a butterfly. That was a stretch from the other day, man. I'll be honest, I went to Pilates with my girlfriend, you know, to see what this Pilates thing is about. They had us do this stretch there. The other day, I felt pain in my hamstring. Oh my God, I do 15 of each, you know? There's this one where you open up, boom, put your hand on your foot, and now there is. This one is beautiful. It feels like being lost on an island, waving at a passing helicopter to be seen. That was 15 here, look at that one. It's the exercise to farm, aura. Alright, stretching done. I admit it's really good because it wakes up your body. I'm going to start doing it every day, you know? I'm not exaggerating this afternoon routine. I'm going to repeat it exactly the way it is, man, because it's been really good for me. Dude. Now I'm going to hydrate. Oh, Marcos, it's the same bottle from the gym. Yeah, man, this bottle holds 2.2 liters. And if you buy it using the code MAX10LMarvel, you get 10% off. But honestly, I really recommend buying it because it's really good. Man, it fits everything, bro. Hold on, real talk. Congratulations to Aya. I judged her. I said, man, I'm going to stand still for 10 minutes without working, but it really woke me up. No, but I'm going to shower now. That's not in the video. Aya didn't tell me to shower. Aya is messy. I can't take it anymore. Now I'm more presentable, and now according to the EPT chat, it's the second work block. That's because it says that in the late afternoon, our cognitive energy starts to drop. So simpler activities like editing and organizing require less effort from the prefrontal cortex. If you didn't understand anything I said, I didn't either, but thank God I have everything organized, guys. I told you guys, whoever watched Juan Sank's video, I said I was gonna copy it. Man. Basically, he recommended a board to me and I'm using it. I'll leave the link to this board in the description because it's helping me a lot with my productivity and organization. But shut up and let's get back to work. Using ChatGPT to work, man, is completely stupid, right? Although I'm using ChatGPT to make this video, so I'm a complete genius. And the next step for us to have the perfect afternoon is reading basically 10 to 20 minutes of reading. It's not that kind of reading where you're like, wow, I'm going to dive into a cool story in a book. Basically, Ya says that reading slows down the brain and reduces excessive dopaminergic stimulation. In other words, you watch 30 minutes of TikTok, then read for 30 minutes. That's it. It's reset. Ah, Marv, today I spent an hour watching TikTok, then an hour reading a book. It's reset again. And it really improves your focus too without causing that exhaustion. I'm a guy who really wants to be that person who reads books. And the book I'm going to be reading, I've made a few videos about reading here and I'm still on the same book. It's been a year and I haven't finished it yet. David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me. I'll try to remember where I left off because I already forgot. Man, that's embarrassing. I'll set 20 minutes on the timer. I'm going to read this book here, and to be honest, I thought this reading would make a big difference in my afternoon, but it didn't change anything. I finished reading and wow, what a scene. Me lying in bed in the sun. I didn't think it was a big deal. No, I'm gonna criticize this part about the EPTT. No, like, look, it was good. It's a book. I read it. Okay, but man, reading for 10, 20 minutes. I don't feel like anything changed. I think for me, nothing changed in my afternoon. It wasn't something that, you know, improved anything, helped with anything. No, I thought it was pretty crappy. And now the next step for us to have this perfect afternoon routine, right? It's already kind of ending. Look, see, it's almost getting dark. It's basically self-care. It says that self-care rituals signal the transition from a work mindset to like recovery. So basically it reduces stress. Plus it also makes us feel great, right? As you can see me, you can judge me. I'm not looking sharp. This here won't do, this here won't do. And for that, I'm gonna use this right here. This isn't an ad, okay? But I bought this little machine on Mercado Libre and it saves my life. You charge it and it lasts up to 100 minutes with a digital display showing 30 minutes left. It also comes with extra guards. I only use it for this and you can judge if it makes a difference. I'll leave the link in the description for anyone interested. I highly recommend it. If I remember right, I paid about 100 Rees. I've had it a while and still haven't charged the battery since it arrived. Let me change this now. And I admit it was pretty tough for this machine to have to shave this beard, considering how much hair it had to remove there. I'm just kidding, but with a lot of power and technology, it handled it. Look at the difference. You guys will judge. I ask you, please leave your comments. MARVIN channel. It looks great. Go ahead. MARVIN channel erases the face, and it's impressive the difference it makes, right? How do I go from looking like a guy who hasn't showered in 3 days? I'm a handsome guy. That's crazy. Really slim. Wow, it's funny because sometimes I say I have self-esteem issues and people think it's because it's low. And now, one of the self-care routines, guys, is this right here, the famous minoxidil. Basically, I'm in a process where I want to grow a full mustache. And here too. You know, but as you saw here, it's just man like ball hair, but the mustache, you can let it grow, you know? But let's go then. And it's good that we shaved, so it's gonna get in there, you know what I mean? Now my hand is going to get hairy. It doesn't even take 30 seconds to apply. The stuff is bad because minoxidil is alcohol-based, you know? So it smells like alcohol. It's like you just came back from a party, had 10 drinks, and now your breath smells. Guys, we have to be really quick now. Man, you know why? It's getting dark. Then it's gonna be a fake video, you know? Because it won't be an afternoon routine anymore. It's starting to get dark, man. Speak here. It's getting dark. I need to do the last one now, you know? Leave a like on this video, and to finish the routine, the EPTT. He recommended we take some whey and creatine. This is important because whey provides essential amino acids and creatine has cognitive benefits. Basically, she's going to take it with 200 ml of milk in this amazing shaker from Vespertino. And a recommendation from me, no sponsorship, all right? But get the vanilla one. Honestly, vanilla is the best. You put it in the milk, you can't say one or two. While I'm getting it ready, me, the whey, and the creatine. Here, I'll talk to you about what I thought of this afternoon. Now, we can compare it to all the videos I've made, right? That I've made. The perfect morning routine and the perfect night routine, the afternoon one, for me, was the best, no exaggeration, because the morning one was good, all right? It was really good, but it's too much. Waking up at 5 in the morning, reading a book in 30 minutes. Wow, the whey tastes really good today. Honestly, the afternoon routine was the one I liked the most. And I think that's the one I'm going to follow. Obviously, I'm not going to follow everything. There was one thing I didn't like, which was the reading part. But I can say with 100% certainty that this is something I'm going to add to my routine. Starting to work out in the afternoon, at least I've already noticed it makes a big difference. It's really good, especially after lunch. And doing all these activities in the afternoon. Now I can wake up at 8 a.m., work until noon, have lunch, work out, do my things, and keep working. Now that I've finished my tasks, I can do even more. You know what I mean? My life is all about managing work, man. I'm going crazy, dude. This is really good. But now if this afternoon routine is really worth it, try it out, bro.